Fielded in the end zone, it's Turner. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. The Green Wave offense takes the field, and they'll have the first possession of the game. Now, guys, let's not forget. Time these two got together, we had ourselves an absolute classic that has provided motivation for one side ever since, David.
I mean, such a fun game. Everyone remembers where they were on their couch or in the stadium for that rivalry game.
And that's what rivalry games are supposed to look like. Both teams playing with phenomenal intensity. It's going to go down right to the wire, and you're right. Those are the games that make college football special.
Might as well stick with him. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. And after that play, there is a Tiger who has yet to get up. And the running game has gone in the wrong direction. The offense tries to turn it around and go forward on third down. Keeping it on the ground inside, it's McClure. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Boot of the day is on its way. He was called on 3 times in that loss last week. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. The Tigers offense will now get its first chance with the football. And here's the guy they want to feed, this senior running back. A 150-yard, 3-touchdown day while leading his team to victory in their last game. Might be changing the route. Shows him the stiff arm. He gets it out across the 45 and out of bounds at the 46.
And I think that's really the key to this football team. You saw it last week, man. Everything kind of falls into place when he gets the football and the ground game gets going. And I think when you play a rivalry game with emotion, passion, like settle everybody in, run the football, and be more physical.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. 3rd and short now from their own 48. Looking to pass, it's Nolan. Gets open down the middle. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. They'll run this play from the pistol. Takes the handoff. It's McClure. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. So now it's 2nd and long. They go right back to him. He's brought down immediately and barely got it back to the line of scrimmage.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
Ball is loose. Ball bounced right to him and he's on the move.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
Solid punt, headed toward the sideline, trying to make it tough to return. The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. They turned it over with an interception on their first drive of the game. We're still looking for our initial points of the game. They think there's room to run to the right here. Got enough for the first. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
Busting big runs like this is a total team effort. Obviously, the back has to find the hole, but you got to have everybody around them doing their job to make it a good play call.
And everybody around them doesn't just mean the offensive line. The receivers getting their blocks downfield is a big deal, too.
It's a huge deal. We always talk about them catching passes, but blocking is so important for their responsibilities.
You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how...
Lets it fly. Catch inside the 25. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. Memphis getting set to snap it on 1st and 10. Running the red zone. It's Hayden. Wrestled to the ground, but he's inside the 10 and down to the 9.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early and often. There are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
Wants to throw. It's Nolan. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. No signs of any kind of kicker as they'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. The Tigers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's 2nd and goal.
And playing the option, man, consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
2nd down, they'll go to the air. Oh, they're after him. Buying some time. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
Well, he tried everything he could that time just to not take a negative play. He didn't get sacked. It was a great job avoiding that. And he's just able to get what he can get on this scramble play here down close in the red zone.
They've worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. Running inside, it's Chapman. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Memphis. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Looking for space. It's McClure. Can't get him to the ground. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down, the defense might be running the football. You still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Trying play action. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. Tulane now facing 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the wideout. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. He's got it near midfield. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. Memphis has the ball back and the offense ready to go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. This offense has it with really good field position. Give to the running back. Nice move to pick up yardage. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. Dropping back, it's Nolan. Fires to the middle. And the pass is incomplete, and that wraps up the first quarter. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So 2nd down here as we're back at it after the break. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. And the ball is loose and live in the backfield. Oh, and he gets it back, so you can file that one under. Could have been worse.
Well, the running back really lucky he jumped on his...
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. They run into a bit of trouble here, 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Quarterback may change this route. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Still 3rd down, but more ground to cover after the flag. Back to throw, it's Nolan. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Memphis will be forced to punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line.
Now, you talk about a sideline that was jacked up, excited for the big punt return. And then, man, he makes the big mistake, puts it on the deck, and the momentum goes shifted right back to the other side.
Looking for room. It's Hayden. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run. Going to work on second down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Off play action. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
You've heard us talk about it a million times. Find the tight end in the red zone. Use the big bodies, right? Well, they do. And he drops it. God, that is not normal for the tight end position. These are the guys you depend on down here in this area.
They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. Fires quickly. He is stopped well short of the first down, but they are still in field goal range, assuming they send the kicker out there. Well, they were counting on winning the one-on-one battle. They got the completion, but the yardage didn't work out.
Yeah, and a lot of times, man, that's what I do on short yardage situation. Third and short, make my guy fall forward for a couple yards, try to get the first down, but it was a good tackle, and the receiver got absolutely nowhere after the catch.
He'll bring it out. It's Turner. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. The Green Wave offense makes its way onto the field. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Grabbed behind the line. It's Lewis. Could not make his way to the corner.
On defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can linebacker or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Makes the grab. It's Hill. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Tulane right back to the line. Now the play fake. Finds his big tight end. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Makes the catch at the 30. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Here comes the Memphis offense to start this drive. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Catch in the middle. It's Tipton. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Snap it to the back. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
To the air, it's Nolan. Pressure coming. Makes the grab. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. Woo, that linebacker sacked that quarterback, and he was on him quicker than a hiccup.
Yeah, and you see quarterbacks back there pointing and telling the offensive line who to block, and well, it didn't work, okay? He was not prepared for that. He comes scot-free, and the quarterback pays the consequences for that one.
And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. Couldn't quite make the connection, now staring at a third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17.
And this offense has really showed me something today, man. They've already put some drives together and made some explosive plays, and now just executing on third down. They've shown you a little bit of everything, and this offense is looking like it's the real deal.
Throws to the wideout. He's got it. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1. And the Tigers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Sends it back in motion. He wants to throw it again. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. No midseason concentration lapse here in Week 7 as they push out that lead.
Really nice job by the quarterback getting through his progression. He wanted to throw that football down the field, but nobody was open. He never forgot about his running back, running the swing route, spitting it out to the perimeter, and letting him do the rest for a touchdown.
And he's coming out of the end zone. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say? What didn't I do to get my team ready to go? Because we look like we're sleepwalking at this point, Derek.
Yeah, nothing went well in the first quarter. You just say refresh. Like, let's try to find a way now. Chip into this lead. Try to make it somewhat manageable when you get to the half.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Caught in the backfield, it's Lewis. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. The Tigers send out the offense to go to work. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Pocket breaking down. And it's a sack.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the third sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second and long. And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. The run inside. It's McClure. The stop, the start, the juke, everything in the bag as he gets to the 29. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Here's the pressure. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
They probably feel good about their field goal chances from the 29, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Right on the money. Turning it on. That will be enough to move the chains and give them a first down in the red zone at the 14. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's McClure. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Timeout taken by the offense is their 2nd. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Bringing the heat. Had to throw it before he wanted.
I mean, how long do you want your secondary to hold up? I know it's a night game, but they just held up all night on that play. Unbelievable job sticking with the wide receivers, taking away the downfield pass. All that time and nobody comes open, that says something about your defense.
Memphis calling for a timeout, their first of 3. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. And here comes the field goal unit. Absolutely perfect. That'll close the gap to 14.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Memphis Tigers offense ready to set up shop. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making, because you cannot throw an interception at this part of the field with this little time left.
And I think that's conversations you've had with a young fella on the sideline to be like, what are you comfortable with right here that we can run? Maybe stay aggressive, but make sure I don't make that mistake.
Now Memphis will use its 2nd timeout. And they'll still have 1 in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The handoff as they run the counter play here. He's got enough to move the chains and convert, but we'll see if they're content to just let this clock run here late in the half. Quarterback making checks. Back to throw, it's Nolan. Under fire. He gets away. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. He'll put toe to leather and get this second half started. And he takes this from inside the 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he's stopped right there. Here comes that Memphis offense back onto the field. They have the lead to start the 3rd quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think
there he goes. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
Finds a little space. Makes it past the marker. Knocked out of bounds after a good gain on that one. They'll spot it at the 43.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Fires to the wideout. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. Takes Makes the pick back to the 32-yard line, and now this offense will be in business. The Tulane offense takes the field to open the drive. The defense set them up with a turnover, and now to try to cash it in. Throws for the tight end. Complete downfield. Smacks him with the stiff arm. Oh, and out of space. That is just a gargantuan play as he has it all the way down to the 12. Tulane right back to the line. Quick handoff. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, and it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Absolutely center cut. Now the lead is down to 11.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
The Tigers sending out their offense ready to get this drive started. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions, but I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did on the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. Holly, what do you have?
Guys, things are starting to get intense down here on the sideline. The turnovers have been the story of this game, and it all starts with this defense. After that last interception, they came to the sideline, and the guys keep saying, let's keep eating. This defense is fueling this team today and taking control of the game. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. Just a short pass to the tight end. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hayden. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
A lot of times you see these defenses, man, they pull the run blitzes. They understand the formations. It might be a run, play the percentages, and then you got to deal with the big defensive tackle inside. So more bodies near the line of scrimmage. Everybody's got to pick him up, but they didn't block the most important guy, the big fella right in the middle.
That's reeled in. It's Tipton. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
No, and a great job by the defense seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Caught behind the line. It's Hayes. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. And he'll lose yardage on this play. Loses 2 yards. Great job by the defense.
And that's a great job by the defense, understanding exactly the situation, understanding to stay home, play sound. No matter who gets the football, we're going to run to the football hard. We're going to cage the football, be disciplined. Nice job by the defense.
Not many hiccups on this drive, but it's 2nd and 13 now. Back to throw. It's Nolan. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
And they're not on the same page there. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. What a disappointment. No good. After the miss, the lead still at 11.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man. Just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Using his legs, it's Turner. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on second down. Back to pass. Gonna take a shot. He's got it all right. Finds a seam. Carried it all the way down to the 35-yard line before they finally got him stopped.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
They get him down, but he does pick up 3 to the 32-yard line. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's McClure. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. The snap sets up to throw. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And this field goal team has been busy. This kicker comes out for the 3rd time tonight. Never a doubt for this big-footed guy. 49-yard field goal is good.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking for space. It's Hayden. Picks up the first down. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Looking for a man. It's Logan. Fires to the big fella. He stopped at the 45 after picking up 10 yards and the first down. Right around the halfway point of the season, neither of these squads that we've watched today ranked, but here's the top 25 as it stands right now. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Wide receiver comes in motion. Running inside. It's Hayden. This time they stop him in the backfield, and that has been a rare sight in this game tonight.
Well, this guy's been an animal all game long. He's had tons of success running the football. The defense had to do something to stop him. Give the D-line and that front 7 tons of credit.
Here's a little room there. What a run. Gets it inside the 40 and out of bounds at the 36. From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets them a first at the 29. Memphis coming to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. They drag him down behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that hasn't happened very often. He has had a tremendous night.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Memphis. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
And that's a really nice drive by this offense. They didn't get too conservative. They put the drive together. Now, the biggest thing for me, now the other team has to score 2 touchdowns. And that's the goal you want. You always want to make it as hard as possible. This offense executed in the fourth quarter. Nice job.
Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They're going to have to be more aggressive in this drive. You can't expect to win this one, David, kicking field goals.
No, especially when you're trailing. You got to have a little more urgency and maybe a little more aggressiveness, Jesse. And field goals are not going to get it done down the stretch.
Yeah, you're going to have to take some shots, no doubt. Bottom line, when plays present themselves, you've just simply got to make them.
Gets the back moving. Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the catch. It's Lucas. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Ball's at the 29. Defense can take off the field. It's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes one. He's got it. And he gets it done on 3rd down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44. Last completion got them a 1st down. Let's see what they do now. It's complete to the right. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. The pull and throw off the RPO. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. 3rd and long from the 42. If they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on 4th down. Rushes on him, and he just throws it away. That is not what you're looking for on 3rd down. 4th down coming up. Wait just a minute, guys. The offense looks as if they're going for it in their own end. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Hauls it in, the 1st down and more. He's got enough, and they roll the dice on 4th down, and they keep the drive alive. The Green Wave working with a fresh set of downs. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here. Pulls it in. It's Lewis. Clock is under 4 minutes as they come to the line for 2nd down. The quarterback will keep it. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Tulane right back to the line. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. Finds space on the right. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the 4th quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Makes a stop in the backfield. He'll lose 4. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Incomplete. He was looking for the score there. After the incomplete pass, there is a player down on the field. It's 3rd and goal and 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Under fire. He's sacked. This defense all over it. Guys, they're going to pass on taking the sure 3 here and try to get the touchdown, and this is a pretty big gamble. Out of the gun, looking to throw. He'll get rid of it. Can't hook up on the long throw, and 4th down goes by the boards for this offense. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Banging, slithering, whatever it takes to get that ball up to the 32. The defense uses a timeout. That's their 1st. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. On the option. Finding open areas. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Trying to save time on defense, they use their 2nd timeout. They've got 1 timeout left now. They'll have to choose wisely as to when to use it. They'll snap it on first down from the 35. Out of the gun, the running back has it. This time stopped behind the line of scrimmage, and they're probably saying, finally, what a night he's had. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll have to navigate the rest of this game without being able to stop the clock. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. We've reached a 2-minute timeout. In all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. Memphis will be forced to punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Hauls it in at the 25. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Green Wave offense makes its way onto the field. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being aggressive moving forward in this game.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Thought he saw some daylight, but this defense closed quickly, maybe picked up 1 on the play.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even...
It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Finding an escape route. It's runs like that that can really help your field position. They're up at the 35.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. On the ground, it's Hayden. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. Memphis will send the punt team onto the field. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games, well, that's just the best.
Because they hate each other so much. So you take the field against your rival, and you're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Bragging rights for a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always, there's a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it for us here. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe,